The cat camera's all off. The cat's not here. Oh, he's right here. He's just being in the wrong spot. Hi, everybody. I'm back. How are you doing today? Oh, there he is. Let me fix his camera. Oh, Freckles is so excited to be here. So I accidentally forgot him outside of the room during my previous stream, and he is not happy. You can see like his little chair and all of the little dirt on it from his furs. I'm lost. I don't know how to control this camera. There we go. The tea chair, please. Hey, Exotic Ashton, how you doing today? Oh, it's not a double-headed unicorn. They're just touching two unicorns in the same spot. How you guys doing? Lucky log house with the cat. He's just so desperate. Like, he's been so lonely outside. Forgot to let him in. Everything's good, though. We're fine. He always forgives me for everything I do wrong. Always. Thank you so much, Chaotic Castle, for the follow. I appreciate it. Hey, everybody. So, keep forgetting how loud those are. I gotta fix that. Thank you so much, Chaotic Castle, for the Prime subscription. I appreciate it. How nice. I appreciate it. You guys rock. So, let me see what's going on here as far as my my stream. Excuse me, Sparkles, sir. Sir, you see this? Do you see this despair? Sparkles, it's not a good look. See this desperate. It's not a good look, my boy. Play it cool. There he is. He just wants love. He missed me. I guess you're in Puri. Probably not, right? You see his face? You see that face? That is the face of a boy who got abandoned for like 2 hours, and that's it. And now he can't even handle himself. It's okay, we can just let more people file in slowly as we start to stream. I wish you guys could hear him purr so much, but I have an NVIDIA broadcast on and it cancels out the purring. This is my life, so he's supposed to be helping the stream, but instead he has chosen to get in the way. You know your job. This is not why I paid the big bucks, my man. Here's getting in my face. It's officially a pet stream now. Look at this shit. Little feet. Completely still. Here, let's put you down. You're gonna make me sneeze. Dr. Mo Dallas. I love that name. Sparkles, you're shedding everywhere. Oh god, look at me. Shouldn't have worn black pants to this. Hey. Sparkles take over. Boa tarde, galera. So, what I have to do first is today we finish up the art challenge for the week. So the art challenge for the week was Avatar. It was Avatar themed because the new trailer came out. So let's go ahead and show all of the different entries we had. We had a little bit less entries this week, but we had a really good. They are really good entries this week. So let's go ahead and open them up. FYI, if you ever want to participate in these weekly challenges, you can. It's right here in the Art Challenges tab of my Discord server. And here we have 4 entries ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and open it, each one. So basically how the weekly art challenges work is pretty simple. What we do is we take a look at them together, we do a little commenting on each one, and then I have the amazing honor to pick whichever one I think should be the winner. Whichever one wins gets the prize of the week. This week, the prize is, drumroll please, drumroll around the cat. Oh, he's enjoying it. Drumroll. A month-long subscription to my online database of knowledge articles and previous workshops. So for those of you who don't know, I teach a workshop once a week. I have been doing it for over a year now about 3D sculpting. It basically covers the fundamentals of good sculpture, more so than anything else. So it's about, anatomy and observation and things like that. So whoever wins will get a whole access to all of my previous videos on that, which are secret unless you pay for the workshop. You'll get all of the articles I've written on stuff ranging from career, like direct career advice from, for example, how to price your services as a freelancer and negotiate prices and financial things, to how to deal with perfectionism and imposter syndrome. I've even created a list of the best places to find a job in the games industry. So I don't have like the other industries in it there yet, but best places to get a job in the games industry, including all of the secret and down low websites that only like people that have been in the games industry for quite a while know about. So that is what's on the line for today's winner. Who's excited? So what we have first, Jonathan Winbush, thank you so much. Oh, I recognize that name. um, I met you at the NAB, right? Um, Hello there, 1146. Thank you so much for the follow as well. So let's get right into it, okay? Yeah, nice. I should follow you back. Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Well, let's get into the. I can already tell. Okay, now that all the notifications are over, let's get into the 4 people who uh, participated in today's challenge. I'd like the cat to move though. First, we have Clammy, who says, Final submission. Can't spend any more time on this one. So let's zoom in on Clammy's work a little bit. So first of all, good call putting your name on the submission. Like I always go to tell you guys, like put your name on your work, please. Not just for my challenges, but for everything. But we got here a nice render. We got some subsurface scattering, pretty complete piece. Of course, missing hair, but like honestly, for like the first like six years of my career or something, I was avoiding hair. That's a different unicorn. Right now, we're going over the challenge submissions. Really like the render, really like the pores on this one. If I had to give it any advice, it would be to break symmetry a little bit, add a little bit more shine to the eye. One thing that makes an eye or a gaze look alive in any piece is that little pop of white, a little sparkle. Right there, boop, right around the eye. I don't know why, but it just makes a dead model look alive. So definitely add that spark whenever you can. Um, and then, did I already say break symmetry? I don't remember if I did, but definitely break symmetry. Yeah. Really cool model, though. I was very impressed when I saw this one. Next, we have Rastafari, who says, kept changing this, Lamau, but since I have time, here's my final submission. Rastafari, I really like this one. I like the addition of the braids, making your own brush. The necklace looks actually just like uh, her necklace from the movies. So awesome job. Like it's compelling. It's stylized and really nice. If I had to change one thing, it would be like to revisit the roots of the hair right here. kind of can see some poly painting on there, which might not look the best. And maybe like go up your subdivisions a little bit more before painting, because like some of the paint it looks pixelated, even though it's already subdivided. So poly paint on a higher polygon mesh, but it looks so good. And I do see a little bit of symmetry though, right? Too much symmetry, like right here on the shin. I always teach like the closer you are to the center of symmetry, the more you want to not use symmetry because it becomes very apparent that you're using it. But it looks fantastic. Good job. Next one is by Adam V, who says, I could spend forever texturing this, but I'm out of time. Here's my final submission. That is so realistic. I mean, like, I feel like that all the time, right? I always say that you're never done until you run out of time or money. But yeah, like, look at how, can you guys see how good the texture looks on this? If I zoom in, right there, especially, it's my favorite spot. Divi Shaw, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate Sparkles. Everybody, this is my cat Sparkles. Those of you who weren't here before, he was just hanging out trying to mess up the entire keyboard situation we got going on. There you go. Ooh, I'm trying. I'm trying, my little man. I'm not good at moving Sparkles around. He's mad. You can tell. You can tell he's a little bit mad. It's okay. I pet him and he'll feel okay. Ah! There you go. Ah! Stop hitting me. I'm just trying to pet you. He does not like being carried or moved. Love the texturing on this. It looks really nice. It could probably be a little stronger because the poly paint is kind of washing it away a little bit. But did not sneeze on me, please. Um, but it looks really nice. So I probably like use a layer or something to strengthen the amount of texture. Because that is something really frustrating that happens. That like the texture looks great before you poly paint, and once you poly paint, it makes everything go away. Then we have by Otto. And Otto says, okay, now my final submission. So I really like this one. The wrinkles look amazing. I specifically really like the stylized nature of the poly paints right here. Like that's really cool, like very Borderlands style. Very cool. Like it has expression as well. I like the way you cut you. I like the way you used. It's very elegant. It's a way to cut off the arms by using like some sort of accessory or something like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like this one. I don't have much to critique on this one actually. Very nice. I want to try this type of poly painting myself soon. So, gosh. So now it's time to decide who is the winner here. So we got four great options. And first of all, thank you all for those of you who participated. I saw that some people participated and forgot to turn in their final works. So if that's one of you, don't be shy next time. Feel free to turn it in, like get your work looked at. But since I do have to choose a winner, I'm going to choose based on, so my criteria is creativity. Let me see what the criteria is. Weekly challenge. Quality, creativity, and innovation. Using those criterias, I'm going to choose for today, for this week, this one by Otto. Specifically because I really, really like the way the lines are on the poly paints. I think that shows creativity and innovation quite a bit. So everybody, congratulations to Otto on their wonderful avatar sculpture. My assistant will be reaching out to Otto to see if they would like the prize, and if so, to get them the prize. Hooray! Congratulations, Otto, and congratulations everybody else as well. You did not make this choice easy, that's for sure. That's for freaking sure. Now let's go back to our usual contents of sculpting. Kind of thinking about moving that particular segments to the end of the stream. Yeah, I totally didn't get to say much to Jonathan. Jonathan, if you're still here, how you been? How have you been? I've seen you doing a lot of cool stuff ever since we met, too. Like, I started following you on social media and, like, just blowing up, like, left and right. Non-stop blowing up. So, for those of you who were not here during the first 2 hours of my stream on the Pixelogic channel slash Zbrush Live, what we're doing today is we're working on this Arabian horse inspired unicorn right here, and the idea is to be able to print it out, um, for 3D printing today. So hopefully I can finish it by the end of the stream. If not, I'll spend an extra hour or so trying to fix it. Genosaurus, thank you. Uh, Jonathan, I'm good. Just got back from Vegas again. Again? What's in Vegas? I don't know. I'm out of the loop. So somebody earlier just asked me like, "Hey, what other conventions are you going to?" And I'm like, I don't even know what the options are. I'm confused and scared. Uh, it's been a little bit of time refining this area because for a long time when I was on the ZBrush Live channel, I actually forgot that this was unicorn. I just got really caught up doing the horsey bits. I know he has a strange snout that is totally part of the breed that I'm going for. I'm going for this like Arabian horse, which they do like have the upturned strange noses. Part of it was a celebratory thing because I've been streaming on the ZBrush Live channel for 4 years now, and this year was the first model I ever made there. During one of the most stressful moments of my streaming career because it was my very first stream on the Zbrush Live channel. It was in front of the most amount of people that had ever watched me at that time. On my personal channel at this time, I was hitting like 10, 19 watchers, and all of a sudden, I'm on the Zbrush Live channel, and there were like 100 people watching me, and I was just panicking the whole time, but trying to play it cool. It was a pivotal moment, and to think that I've been doing it for 4 years is kind of insane. So I went for the same breed. The hair I might do off camera because I'm actually developing a new technique of doing hair that is way better than anything else that I've seen or done. But I'm still developing it, and I'm making a course. So there's a lot of problems to work out. What are your thoughts on Unreal Engine 5? I mean, it's great. I haven't been using it a lot though, because I kind of like compartmentalize my life a lot. So I use Unreal now mostly as my day job. Um, so what would I just switched to using 427 at my day job. And a lot of that work has been getting used to and updating myself to the new VR template, which, is completely different from anything before. It's better now, but it's super buggy as well. Um, so that's what's been my priority. So I haven't had time to play a lot with Unreal 5, but I'd like to soon play more with it a little bit, especially because I've been doing some renders and stuff, and I'm gonna do some much improved, like much more advanced renders in 5. I installed it and everything. I just haven't had the time to like dig in too much. Number one rule: what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Next big convention should be SIGGRAPH and then Adobe Max. Oh, Adobe Max. Where is that? Do you guys know? I'm gonna go ahead and merge down the ear. Yeah. Like one thing I thought about with Unreal 5 is that I definitely didn't buy into the hype while it was being hyped, I suppose. Partially because like I wasn't understanding the general implications of the new workflows. Okay, so like everybody was like, "Oh my God, I can just import like a 5 billion polygon mesh straight from Zbrush into Unreal." And I was like, "Okay, but how realistic is that, right?" And you guys who have played with Unreal 5 more than me can answer this in case I'm wrong now that it's out. And like, how realistic is that? Like, because you can get it into Unreal, sure, but like, how about texturing it? How about all that stuff? Like, it still has to run on all the other software. Um, and whatnot. And I do wonder about like the loading times and stuff. Like if I import a model that's super heavy into it, so hey Rita, how you doing? Thank you for the sub. 11 months. We are well on our way to 1 year, huh? How you been? Someone did a render of Halo in Unreal 5, so that's why I was asking. If it works, you convert your high poly into nanites. No, I mean like let's say I want to texture that high poly before I bring it into Unreal. Your hair is more silver now. Uh, a whole situation happened with my hair after I saw you. Like I went to the salon so she could fix it on Monday. Um, she made my hair brown. It sucked. Like not that I don't like brown hair, like, but I've been for those of you who aren't Rita and don't know the whole context of the situation. Um, I was rocking blonde hair for a while, which like I have natural like almost pure black hair. It took a while to bleach it, like to blonde, and like it's expensive and it makes your hair really fragile, right? And so like I had to go through this whole process. It took us like years to get that blonde, and then I went to this lady and I asked her to make my hair like a gray, because I like my hair gray, and she made it fucking brown. I was so mad. So what I did was I came home and I bought some like basically like some sort of like super high chemical thing that was so stinky and burned my eyes and stuff. And like I put it on to try to take off the brown, and it worked, but then it made my hair orange. Like literally, I had to like cancel my plans on Monday night because because I was at home like trying desperately to fixing my hair. Because the orange was not right, and especially because it was only orange and pear. It still kind of is a little bit. You guys tell? A little bit of like redness up here in the roots area. I mean, it's a lot better now, but still. So like, I had spent all of Monday night fixing it, and then it just kept getting worse and worse. It was like a horrible. It felt like a rom-com situation, like a classical rom-com situation um, where the hair gets ruined. Yeah, it was awful, and it cost me like $300, $400 or something to even like. She charged $400 for the mess she made. I was very sad, and now my hair is darker than it was before. But it's okay. I'll just go to some other person like a few months from now and bleach it again. I could have done it for you. Well, next time you can bleach my hair. Get the ears kind of in. Move that hair block out. Hair block out is just a placeholder, FYI, for those of you who weren't here before. Need to know that. I'm gonna make nice hair, theoretically. Jonathan, you can texture with Substance Painter and also import that to your model. So I don't know, like I don't know if I'm getting my point across about that like properly. So I just don't think that, maybe I'm wrong, Substance Painter can open like a super 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 high polygon model, the kind that I would bring into Unreal 5. At least I'm on my computer. Um, which is where I thought about like perhaps the realisticness of being able to use that for everything. Um, Tanjirox, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. How exciting, Rita. But yeah, I just haven't had the time to play with Unreal 5 yet, but I will. I know I would love it regardless because I love Unreal. Hey, Sauce Lord. Hey, Anna and everyone. I can't believe it's already Sunday. Sheesh. It is. I understand 100%. I was talking about this earlier on the other stream, but like, um, supposedly you the more you experience the same things over and over again, the faster time feels like that it's passing. So the trick to slowing down time is to actually make sure that you're always experiencing new things and breaking routine. So I think that's why the time that we've spent on like the pandemic and stuff, like being at home and doing the same things every day, made everybody feel like the time went by so fast. Specifically because we were doing the same thing over and over again. Hey, Anna and everyone. I can't believe it's already. I already read that. Jonathan says, I gotcha. I'm not much of a modeler, so I'd have to check into that. I've been doing photogrammetry, which my models from that are really super dense. And it's been working. Yeah, no, totally. It definitely wouldn't give us anything bad, that's for sure. Jonathan, do you stream on Twitch by any chance? Because if so, I'll give you a little shout out. I have a little bot that does this. There they are. So for those of you who don't know who are here, Jonathan, um, I met him. He also did a super awesome lecture at NAB at the Maxon booth, and his specialty is, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically doing super cool, awesome freaking renders in Unreal, and he does like Cinema 4D in Unreal, right? Um, and like during his lecture, he showed off a little bit of like his like scene setups in Unreal, lighting, things like that. It was real cool. It was actually the first one I got to watch because it was the first one of the only day I was really there, basically, for any amount of time. And I was like, yeah, awesome. A fellow Unreal user. And a lot of people like don't necessarily know that about me because I only stream Zbrush. But like I've spent 8 hours a day for the past 7 years, basically in Unreal. I love it. I used to run the Unreal meetup in my town. I used to work with Epic directly. Whenever I think of them, I get a little sad. I don't know why. Like, whenever I think of Epic, I think because like one of my favorite people ever, um, now works at Epic. Like, ironically, a guy called Jonathan. He works at Epic now. He used to work with me at the company that I was at for a few years. He's like a server engineer. No, he's not a server engineer. What am I talking about? He's a Unreal like engineer. So like making the engine itself, you know. And he was like one of the best kind of like mentors I could have. You remember Jonathan Rita? He was the best mentor I could have, and like he wasn't a mentor, but like he was much more knowledgeable than I was, and um, I was to tell you guys this story. I have to go back into my whole career, but basically, I trained as a 3D modeler and character artist in college. Got out of college, got a job as a technical artist, got thrown on the deep end. I didn't know much technical art at all. I was self training while on the job, and this guy like he taught me a lot because, for example, I would have a technical problem to solve, and he would know the engine better than me and all these things, and he would like feed me like little keywords, like you should Google blank, and then I would, and I like eventually through a bunch of like forums and tutorials and things like that, I would eventually find the answer um to like increasingly difficult problems. And like I don't know, there's a very soft spot in my heart for that guy. Rita, actually, Anna, I got an artist question I think could benefit more than just myself. I'm personally procrastinating going back into ZBrush. I know I have the time to jump in, but I keep procrastinating. I don't know if it's fear or lack of motivation. Do you know how I can get myself to jump back in? I want to practice, but I'm having a hard time going back in. Um, tough one, because yeah, like I think like I was mentioning, I personally believe that procrastination isn't the problem, it's just a symptom, right? So like there's always something else that's the problem with procrastinating. It could be a lack of confidence, it could be fear, it could be like the fact that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you know, um, and all sorts of other things. Um, so we would have to dig in and find out how we can get you into ZBrush. Like it could be something even as simple as like deep down you don't think it's useful for you, so like you like subconsciously you just don't want to do it. Um, Lord of the Fries, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to work though. But yeah, it's real tough to break through. That's for sure. Break through procrastination. I should. Maybe it could be that like ZBrush is just so intimidating, right? Outside of your comfort zone, like as a rigger. I mean, the workshop should be helpful theoretically, like because we have deadlines, we have all these things, you know. Damak RC, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it a whole bunch. That's definitely it. Masakas, hi! Oh my god, you haven't been around in so long. How are you? How are you? Tudo bem? Because ZBrush is a little intimidating. Like I honestly didn't used to think so until, I started the mentorship and then I keep hearing it over and over again. I'm like, oh my god, is everybody wrong or am I wrong? I've decided that I was wrong. It is intimidating. So here we are. What do we do about it, right? Like, there's only one real way. Like, you read my article, Rita, on discipline. Like, I can't think of any more ways to motivate an individual. Like, um, the biggest thing to do is to think about the why. Why? Like, why? Deep down, like, deep, deep down. Why are you trying to learn ZBrush? Why are you trying to do a project? Why? Okay? Like, you need a strong why, a strong purpose, right? Something that motivates you to get out of bed, to do whatever it is that you need to do. I think that without the why, we can't really expect ourselves to like be like a robot with no real ambition or anything, just doing the thing, right? And I really do believe that to some degree, a lot of the people that I've come to find procrastinating don't have a why, and sometimes they're not, there's just no why. You know, like subconsciously, like, you know? Um so I know it sounds weird, but you know, it happens. I teach at the college. Some students are super freaking motivated and some of them aren't. If you dig in just a little bit, you'll find that actually, like, maybe they just don't want to be here. You know, like, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, how do I fix that? I can't. I'm not saying you're like that. I'm just saying, like, sometimes maybe there's like a little subconscious part that's like, I'm a rigger. I don't need to do this, you know? Or whatever it is. Because I know for sure that I do that. Like, you know, not all tasks are worth the same to me. And that's like a whole other conversation, right? Like, what's worth doing? What's going to further your career the most? Per hour, so to speak? Per calorie? Um, oh, my thought because you subscribed and didn't peer. Well, thank you anyway. I know my why to create my own characters to rig and sell. Well, is it strong enough? Like, do you really believe in that why? Like, do you really believe in it? Do you really, does it fire you up? Does it light the inside of your body up with energy? Um, like whenever I tell people to find their why, I tell them to go beyond like just the immediate why. Like, sure, okay, let's talk about me, okay, because I don't want to like keep projecting. So, what would be a good project that I didn't do? And I've gone through a lot of projects. Um, let's say I'm trying to sell this horsey, right? Like, whatever, we'll just make a brand new example. I'm trying to sell this on the internet because I think it could make some money. Like, do I believe it's going to make a lot of money? Do I believe it's going to matter, right? Like, I don't know. I'm having trouble with the example, but basically, like, really convince yourself that you need this. And that should theoretically be enough to at least get movement. You know, I do it all the time. Like, I don't want to like making courses sounds really good when I think about it, but when I actually start making them, like, I know it's just a lot of work, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Ah, I don't want to do this. I would much rather like go to the pool, you know. But then I remember like, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I believe in this certain future for myself, right? And I believe that I can teach. I believe all these other things, and then it kind of works out. I've played around in Zbrush and I actually have fun in the program. Maybe it's just the pressure of actually creating something to completion instead of having fun. Oh yeah, that one's killer. It gets a lot of people. That one. It gets me as well. Totally. Because you know, the pressure is it's really there, you know. Some of the hardest parts of my artistic journey were when I was like feeling the pressure of like posting my finished work on ArtStation or whatever, and I was like, what if people see this? You know, that was a different kind of pressure. Yeah. Like, you know, I would consider like if your only goal is to make money, there are easier ways. You know, like why don't you just rig? Like, why don't you partner up with people? Um, you can partner up with people, for example, and you can have them complete the models, you complete the rig, and each person gets like 50-50. The cat. Yeah, that sparkles. He was mad at me earlier. I take the opposite approach personally. It works for me. I'm more say nihilistic approach. I can either do something or not do something, but do I like doing it? If so, just do it. If it fails, no pressure. It's all good. Either way, try again, try something else. I think that's like the opposite of nihilistic. That's like weirdly well adjusted and optimistic. So bringing your own OCs to life is actually a bigger why than the money part, I'd say. Let that motivate you. Because like nobody can do that for you, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess they can, but it's a heartfelt thing, right? It's the joy of creation. That's way stronger than I want to make it like a couple bucks, you know? Um, that's a much better why. Oh, I got it, Kako. Thank you so much for explaining. I understand now. Bye, the Modelos. Thank you so much for everything. Bye, bye. Oh, FYI, I still broke my lamp. Like, it's still broken. So today we're gonna, as the sun sets, we're gonna be in total darkness. I hope you guys are ready for that. Hi, Odon. How you doing today? I wish I could share my why with you guys, but like, I think to some degree, like, it's stronger if it's private because, especially because not everybody agrees with each other's whys, right? Like, um, there's always somebody who thinks, for example, that you have the wrong intentions or you're doing things wrong, right? So I definitely keep those in there, deep inside. Speaking of OCs, they're all mental because I have no confidence in my drawing ability, and the concepts never end up how they look in my head. That's like a tale as old as time, isn't it? Yeah, understood. I understand that. To some degree, it's like unrealistic expectations for it to turn out exactly the way you see it in your head. Wouldn't you agree? Like, I don't think any OC ever has ever turned out exactly as seen in head. And normally it evolves as it's on paper a little bit. I wish I had like more of my OCs around to show you guys from when I was younger and stuff. They're fun. Great expression of creativity. Maybe I should work on my concepts and that'll possibly boost my confidence and motivation to sculpt. Sure. Yeah. Try it out. Shoot, like depending on the style and what it is, like there's a lot of tools that you can use nowadays to like make the production process a little easier, like AI and things like that. And then you can like paint on top of it. Yeah, yeah, Rita, totally. That's super important. Like you should probably know what you want to sculpt and how it should look. Let's work on the horn for a little bit, I guess. So we're gonna do like a spiral horn, probably. I think what I can do for this is perhaps the Helix 3D. I just started using this tool, like I normally don't, but we're gonna give it a shot. So I'm gonna go to initialize and I'm going to get the coverage a little tighter, maybe the thickness up a little bit. like the weird spiral situation we got going on up here. Oh, this profile thing's pretty cool. Hmm. We can do something with this. Um, Ollie No Life, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it a whole bunch. I wonder how I make it a little. Trying to get coverage. Kind of like something like this, but I'm not sure about it 100%. Hi, Jugas. Been feeling so guilty about not working in ZBrush, and I couldn't exactly figure out why. Talking to you in chat helped a lot. I'm glad it helped. I feel a little bit bad, like, how I didn't necessarily give, like, here's how you start working in ZBrush advice. But I would definitely work on that why regardless. Bye bye, Rita. How's it going? It's going good. How's it going with you? I like how responsive it is. I'm not expecting to have all the answers. Thank you, Rita. Oh yeah, the base. Also, let's look at the base. So I'm going to kind of like Google real fast, like horse bust, and see how people normally do that. I'll share my Googling with you. So let's see. Got kind of like melty cylinder, melty square podium. Looks kind of neat, actually. I like that a little bit. Nice spiky horse. Thanks. This one's not bad. I kind of like how simple and elegant this one is. I might add it to my ref board. This one's just straight up on the table, like my usual stuff that I print. This one's on like a rock, which is interesting. This is really nice. Who made that? Let's find out. By Enos Itroff. It's really nice. Seems like a very common trend. It's just cut off part of the backside like it got eaten by a shark. El Bendona, thank you so much. Wait, El Buendana, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it a whole bunch. Oi, eu tô bem hoje, Renata, e você? Yeah, maybe I'll just chop off the back like these people do. Like, like, like this, like that, and then like have it on a pedestal of some sort. That seems to be the consensus of the internet. I'm gonna go ahead and append a cylinder. Although this looks like it wouldn't print super well to me. Tries to become an enemy of the horse. I watched this wonderful documentary like many years ago. Those of you who have been watching me for a while know that I have a documentary for everything about the it was, I don't remember what where it was, like what country, but basically it was like an island kind of place, an island town, and they used to have culinarily, like the whole town used to eat sharks, right? But then at around like early 2000s, there was a lot of propaganda to save the sharks, as they should, because sharks were getting killed all over the place, right? Overfished, and it was disrupting a lot of the ecosystems of the ocean in general. So the people who controlled that islands decided to make it super illegal to hunt and, or I guess, fish sharks and eat them. So they all had to stop eating sharks. Well, what they didn't expect was the ramifications of this, because these people had been eating sharks for centuries. You know, it was their culture, it was like their culinary everything. What they didn't expect was that by not eating the sharks anymore, they created an insane boom in the shark population to the degree where every single person on that island either had been attacked by a shark when swimming or knew somebody intimately who did. So people just walking around with like shark bites, right? There's not a lot of people on the island, to be fair. But it's like, maybe like over 100,000 people, like thousands of shark attacks every single year, And it was a documentary about like that particular place trying to deal with these shark attacks while still maintaining the rule that you cannot eat sharks. So what they did first was that they built this gigantic metal net, like a net made of um, chains that went around the big beaches and made sure that big sharks couldn't get through the holes. But little sharks could still get through the holes, which was, I guess, helpful because they take littler bites. But um, yeah, so that was the first solution. It didn't work. So they tried tagging all the big sharks with, I guess, like tags so that you could tell if they were coming in to close to the people who were swimming. That didn't work. So then they started outfitting the people who were swimming with different like electronics that would send like radio waves in the water that sharks didn't like. That helped a little bit. Losing a foot isn't quite as bad as losing a torso. um, so eventually they were not able to get the shark attacks under control on that island, but people were still swimming, which is good for them. But the thing about that documentary that really stood out to me was that they interviewed this guy, the surfer, who got attacked by the shark, and he could describe the experience in like the most freaking poetic way you possibly could, and like he had like no ill will towards the shark. He was just like, that's nature, man. Like if I could see the shark again, I would. Like I remember seeing the gleam in its eye, things like that. And I was like, damn, that guy's living a good life, if you ask me. He was missing a whole leg from the shark attack too. Hi Seagull Rush, how you doing today? What's the documentary called? Shoot, I don't remember exactly what it's called. I'd have to Google it, but I saw it on YouTube. There was a time where YouTube was full of free documentaries. But my favorite documentary of all time was The Dome. It's short. The Dome. You guys should watch that. But only like if you plan on having a bad day that day. I don't know if I like the setup. It's too vertical. What can we do to unverticalize it? Maybe like yeah, it's a good documentary though, for sure. I had a documentary phase. Um, I had a documentary phase, and I feel it coming back. But basically, I spent like 2 years watching nothing but documentaries and TED Talks. Kaka. Too much vertical? Building TikTok optimizations is the model. Nice. I don't know. Um, Documentaries are fantastic. Like, if you ever want to build up some sort of like broader view of the world and greater understanding of human nature, watch some, watch a lot of documentaries. Maybe a head pose. Yeah, we're gonna pose once I get the hair in. I'm good, Seagull Rush. Been good. Been chilling. Just doing my thing. Thank you. DW documentary. I don't know. They just make you question things. Why do things have to be the way that they are? Normally, the answer is they don't. You guys ever stop to Let's get existential, because you know whose channel this is. The night, the sun is setting. I'm starting to fade into darkness. Let's talk about existential stuff. Do you ever stop to think about how you are a perfect, unbroken lineage line of every organism that it's ever taken to make humanity and then to make you? So, for you to be here, like the exact right single cell organisms had to reproduce, the exact right breeze had to blow on like billions of years ago on a rock for like these things to reproduce or something. The exact right ancestors had to meet in every way through every species. Everything had to happen exactly right. And not just that, but even like, you know, our great 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 grandparents, like they had to reproduce on the exact right day with the exact same like right cells, you know, for us to be here. Imagine the odds of that. Like, I already know that the odds of being born you, just from the conception of your own parents, was already like 0.0000000 whatever one, right? Just to be you and not some other like sperm, right? Does that make sense? Right? Imagine that exact odd, but throughout every pairing of every ancestor you've ever had, spanning back billions of years. For me to be here, for you to be here, perfect unbroken line of just fucking randomness and chance, depending on what you believe in or not. For only for us to get here and be forced to pay taxes, be told when we can and can't walk into a different piece of land, be told what we can and can't do with our bodies by some like random people. You know, like think about that for a second. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, aren't we bigger than this? Right? We're bigger than this. Gathering you hosts, since you are also existential, you understand what I'm questioning, right? Like, why is it okay for us to like drink one thing but not another, right? Why is it okay for us to dress one way but not another, right? Can you guys even comprehend the giganticness of the existence of ourselves? Then why do we like allow these like random rules and limitations to be placed upon us? I read this quote, I think it was in my favorite book, Sapiens, A Brief History of Mankind, where he talks about like biology is freeing, biology enables, and then religion, society, governments limit. Isn't that weird to think about? Like, they don't enable anything, they only limit what you can do, right? Imagine making it through billions of years of random chance and evolution and things like that, just to be told you're not allowed to wear nail polish, right? Or like to be told you have to obey somebody just cuz. Anyway, not to get too existential on you guys, but I think a little bit of disobedience is in is in is in is earned, I'd say. Like it's just so big to think about. Like, in the human brain even comprehend how much we've done, like how hard it is to even be here. I think it's even more mind blowing to imagine all the alternatives that could have happened. Yeah. Imagine the human world without rules at all, though. What am I even saying? But yeah, what goes too far goes too far. Nail polish regulation. Yeah. Like there are places that I could have been born in just as easily as where I was born that would have like made sure that I couldn't even have any rights, you know? Just 'cause, for no reason. And the people of that place would think that it's totally logical because it just is the way things are, right? Am I the only one who gets these thoughts? Like besides me and two of you? Like it's not. My somebody always tells me what is like tradition is just peer pressure from dead people, and I really relate to that. Tradition is just peer pressure from dead people. I do think about that, and then I usually promptly and intentionally divert my own attention to something else. Sonar 2020, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I too am still in 2020. That's going to sleep thinking. Meanwhile, when I go to sleep, I just think about like random, um, like little like shapes bopping up against each other or something. Like, um, hi, my love from. Well, right now I'm the USA, but Brazil. Anyway, yeah, don't let anybody tell you what to do. The conclusion is, don't let anybody tell you what to do. Don't let anybody tell you how to live your life. Don't let anybody tell you that you should quit art. Like that just brings back the entire initial discussion we were having like 5 hours or 2, 3 hours ago, right? Like, don't limit yourself for other people. Just don't. Especially if you're a woman listening to this, like, just don't. Like, fuck it. You know, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Ask some Indian, so much culture and traditions involved. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're making a unicorn. Let's divide this up so we can get some nice round corners. You ever stop to think that like maybe we take ourselves too seriously? I think about that all the time. Like I take myself, my life, my career like really seriously. But should I? I don't even know if that's a good thing, you know? We gotta strengthen this cheek. Cheek strength is what we're lacking. Kitty Kong 44, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it a whole bunch. Gotta bring that cheekbone up a little. I was cooking and listening. I guess overthinking is also part of being an artist, makes us good. I don't know. Like, I can't say for sure that I think overthinking is a trick because, like, overthinking can just as easily sabotage you. I know it can sabotage me, but like, not overthinking about the universe. Normally, that empowers me the way I do it. I think it's a good thing if your intent is to help others and live a healthy, happy life. I feel like I missed something, Antonius. What were you talking about? RHNWRYN. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. It's weird contradiction. You go down the rabbit hole of considering how absurd the world is, the minuscule chances of us even existing, least of all in the way we do, and then you layer on top that everything society has built, and you feel like to be successful, a construct of your own making as well, that you have to take it seriously. But does it even matter that you're taking it seriously? Does it matter that you're questioning it? You end up in this recursive logic. Anna's making me type and delete a lot. That's what I'm here for. Here every Sunday. No, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't think any of it matters, to be honest. But like, the thing is, okay. So here's what I meant, Kako. So like, the thing is that I have all these thoughts and I question everything, but not all the time. Like when I'm in the thick of it, I don't think about this. I think that everything's like life or death, and I think that everything's super important, and I take everything really seriously, right? It is a contradiction, but it's because I'm not focusing on this when I'm taking myself too seriously, you know? Nothing matters, do it anyways. I like questioning things. It's healthy. Hey, cute. How you doing today? I was questioning reality here, as usual. Not really reality, more like what we conform to. There's something a little wrong right here. Doesn't feel right. It's just general, right? There's something a little wrong. Doesn't feel right. Always in a crisis. Sounds like song lyrics. Rahul asks, "Are you religious?" Difficult question to answer. What do you define religious? I'm gonna take a page out of Johnny Depp's lawyer's book. Define religious. I think the bigger I make the model, the more my face becomes lit. You guys see that? Mm. How do you look at it overall? I don't know, like more problematic topic, like I can sit here and question reality all I want, and then as soon as we get into religion, it becomes kind of a touchy thing, right? Because a lot of people are very protective over their religions, But if I had to define myself, I'd say I'm definitely not religious. Because, like, religion is like an organized thing, right? Like, in which you have to buy into a narrative and then obey it most of the time, right? Have you ever made art based on your dream you had memorized? Yeah. I have made art based on dream. Personalized device. Religion is such a delicate subject, yeah. We might want to avoid that one. I think I've done a good job of avoiding religion talk on my stream for 4 years now. So we might as well skip over it. Sorry guys about the darkness. I broke my light. She is no longer with us, Rip. Rest in peace, light. And the sun has set. Well, it's setting still. Soon it'll be real dark. Okay, so like I feel like I've reached some of my goal. It looks like a horse. Like, so there's that. Looks like a horse, which is already pretty good. I'm gonna do the hair off camera. I might pose off camera. I guess the horn I could do on camera is like the last thing I do. Source Lord. I was born in the darkness, molded by it. Well, I'm glad. I'm gonna do my horn. I think I'm gonna use this as the horn actually. Let's undo all this random shit I've done to it. Get it back to where it's like somewhat straight. Like that. Then I can divide it up a bunch of times. And then I'm going to go to transform, radial symmetry. Of course, always get the axis slightly wrong. Then I can take the dimming standard and try to like create that like then I'll try my best to do the spiral situation. Get a nice spiral going with my radial symmetry. Okay, we got slight unicorniness to this. And then we can just upgrade as we go, of course. You gotta make my brush a little smaller as we go up. Yay, we got somewhat continuous spiral. I can just improve it as we look around and see problems. Yay! Looks like candy. Have you tried sculpting 3D plane tile texture? Yes, I have. Give the horse some tattoos. Yeah, my horsey do have some tattoos. What would the horse have as a tattoo? Please enlighten me. If it's a good idea, I'll add a tattoo. You tried The free right heart. A carrot under his eye. Like he killed somebody. You ever think about people who get tattoos without knowing their like general meaning? That'd be funny. Like, get like a teardrop tattoo and not realize that people use it to tell other people that they killed people. Get a little shot and giving it a little texture. Do you have tattoos? Yeah, I have a lot of tattoos. Well, not a lot. Plenty. Oh, people who get Chinese characters not knowing what they mean. We're headed in the right direction with the horn. I know someone who got their Xbox gamer tag translated to Chinese characters and got that as a tattoo, but it reads random. That is just such a bad idea in general. Um, and it happens to like a lot of people. Like, just don't mess with that. Don't go there. It's the safest option. Hilarious. I don't know how else I want to texture this. I'm just gonna leave it alone for now. Maybe rotate it into the spot. Maybe I'll just use deformation, contrast, or crash the whole software. Hopefully not. Working? No. Yes. What do my tattoos mean? Most of the tattoos I have don't have meaning. Oops, I don't know what that is, but not good. That's all I know was that that's not good. I think only one of my tattoos has a meaning. Alrighty, guys. Oh, you missed how I did the spirals? It was just radial symmetry. Oh my god, sparkles is invisible. You can see my hand, but not sparkles. Alright, everybody. I've been streaming for quite a while now. I'm a little tired, kind of hungry. I'm going to go have some dinner. I hope you guys had a wonderful stream. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I didn't make you too sad with all of my big questionings of life and the universe and tradition. I'll see you all in the next one. I'll be back here on Sunday. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.